Attention please. This is a boarding call for Amtrak Fire Service Train 283 on route to Niagara Falls with intermediate stops at Yonkers, Croton Common, Poughkeepsie, Rifle, Hudson, Albany, Rensselaer, Schenectady, Amsterdam, Utica, Rome, Syracuse, Rochester, Buffalo Dupuy, Buffalo Exchange Street. Passengers should proceed to track 6.
Welcome everyone to New York City. Today we're going to go for a nice stroll throughout Manhattan. No particular direction in mind, no particular agenda, just to enjoy the views. Feel free if you have any questions. We're starting today at Moynihan Train Hall, which is part of the greater Penn Station complex. This is the newest train hall to join the ranks of New York City. Absolutely gorgeous new structure.
Rochester, Buffalo Dupuy, Buffalo Exchange Street. Passengers should proceed to track 6.
I love this station. I love coming here. It's a really, really great feeling to be in this station amidst this beautiful architecture that is an homage to one of the greater buildings constructed in New York City's history that was so unfairly destroyed too early.
To learn more about how we are able to ensure a safe environment, please visit Amtrak.com. For instructions on how to create your own facial covering, please visit CDC.
Hello Kay, hello KLM, hello Marta, hello Candy, hello Barry, you're early. Oh yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in early, Barry. That's awesome. Valerie, Sharon, Toto, Panajotis, Cynthia, I am doing well indeed. It was luckily a very quiet week, very quiet Wednesday. I'm so happy it was a quiet Wednesday. So happy that all things seem calm back here in New York City. Sally, you enjoy those so much. I'm so glad you do. Hello, Janet. Nice to see you here. Sally says, brings me close to home. Andy, good afternoon to you too, Andy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Michelle, how am I doing? I'm doing well. Why did I take off yesterday? I took off just in case it was going to be a hectic news day. But luckily, it was quite a quiet news day. It was very nice. So, yesterday's broadcast was rescheduled to today. Ronald says a return to normalcy. Indeed, indeed. Indeed it is. So here we are, outside of Moynihan. What's the temperature, Candy? About 42 degrees Fahrenheit, around there, I think. Here's Madison Square Garden. Barry asked, can we go to Times Square? Oh, that's a good question. Can we go to Times Square? Should we go to Times Square? Michelle, hello, you're watching on your lunch break. Oh, wonderful, Michelle. So glad you are. That's so cool. Scott, hey Scott, how's it going? All right, let's go to 9th Avenue. I think it would be a little bit nicer. Madison Square Garden is such an eyesore. I 100% agree with you. Could not said it better. Hello Andy, hello Tony, hello Becky, hello Carmen from California. So this is the side of Moynihan. Hey, Prairie Girl, you're ignoring a Microsoft webinar to watch this instead. Way more interesting. Indeed, indeed. I'm more interested in the Microsoft webinar. That is high praise. Thank you. I know those types of webinars you're talking about. Sometimes they can be quite a bore. Hello, Tarek. Hello, Candy. Starstone. Are there any army in the streets? And not in New York. No, that was only in Washington D.C. So no, not in New York City. You might see some National Guard at the train stations, but today I didn't see any. Patrick Moynihan, Daniel Patrick Moynihan was indeed a senator for New York State, 24 years, 4 terms, Irish American, raised in Hell's Kitchen. Hey, will this be a long stream? Yeah, I think this will be probably a 2-hour stream. So you can indeed run to the store and come back. Hey, Dean. What's the red? This is a car to buy sandwiches, donuts, bagels, iced coffee. Basically everything to your heart's content. Sold inside a little car. And here's a parking lot. Mary, you love walking with me. Oh, cool, Mary. Thank you so much. I love having you joining along the virtual adventure. Rissa, hola, bienvenidos. Patricio, hello. Do you watch the celebrations yesterday? Actually, I did not. I mostly stayed away from TV. I was just listening to a very good audiobook called Throwing Rocks at the Google Bus by Douglas Rushkoff. Been absolutely addicted to that audiobook, and that was most of my day yesterday. Hey, Dean says, that's cool that they have these food cars. It's not really been much the case in the UK. Yeah, UK doesn't really have food cars like we do. They're food trucks, but it's mostly, I think, in London. Hello, Mike. Anton, nice to see you here. Cyprian from Romania. EV, what's the audiobook about? Audiobook is about how we are rethinking capitalism and technology in our modern world. It's a very, very kind of quite dense book. Maybe one day I'll get to a part of a city or some type of history where I'll talk a bit more about it. Susan, do I prefer audiobooks? Sometimes, if the author reads them. There's some authors who are really kind of great speakers themselves. Douglas Rushkoff is one of them. He's also a professor here in New York City. In that case, I really loved his reading of it, so I do. Other cases, sometimes I don't. If the author's not reading it, I'd rather just read the book. Let's go through the back side of Moynihan. Hello, Nancy. Thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate you. Juicy. Welcome. Rona, they call food carts in Philippines Jolly Jeep. Oh, that's cool. Hello, Manny. Hello, Donna. Hello, Darren. Look at these gigantic lights on the backside. Mandy, yeah. There's construction, but I am indeed allowed here. So beautiful lights over here, gorgeous. And let's see what's happening back here. Facebook actually bought, or leased a huge portion of the station. So maybe Facebook is constructing their part. Look how huge. Nancy, you're enjoying my walk? So I'm so glad you are. Oh, wow. They're painting this kind of metal barrier over here. Oh, they're re-putting the sidewalk. Oh, interesting.
This shit sucks. This shit sucks.
The fumes of paint are very, very high right now. Whew. I think I'm seeing pink elephants due to the fumes of paint, industrial grade paint for metal. Is Facebook updating their offices? I think they are, or expanding. Either updating or expanding. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure if they'll stay in their building in Greenwich Village. It was built to mirror Penn Station. It says Upper West Sider. Yeah, it was. Here is the start of Hudson Yards. And this is B&H, the one and only. I have a full tour of B&H, so you can check that out after this video. One of the biggest and more iconic electronic stores here in New York City. Alice Jin. Oh, I'm so glad you love the show. Sally, you got your camera here. Oh, that's so cool. I get lost up here as well, yeah. It's famous with tourists and locals alike. I think for tourists, I think electronics tend to be very pricey in certain European countries and Asian countries, so they come over here to buy their electronics. Way better than Best Buy, says Mandy. Oh, is it Mandy? Yeah, I think so. I haven't been at Best Buy in years. For anyone who doesn't know, Best Buy is the national electronics brand here, aside from going to Amazon, of course. Did I drink coffee yet? In the morning, yes, but there will be a coffee break today. Not sure where, but there will be some coffee break today. Hello, Chun. I'm so glad you love watching from Hong Kong. Hong Kong is, I imagine, a gorgeous city. One of the cities I really want to visit. That's so cool, you're tuning in. B&H is quality. I agree. It's quite quality. Hello, Daily Walker. Nice to see you here. So, who wants to go to Times Square? Let me know in the comments. We're walking. We're going to see. People have asked to see Hell's Kitchen. So I'll show you Hell's Kitchen. And then we'll pivot, like Ross and Friends, to Times Square. Here's the parking lot. Upper West Sider, cool. Mosafata. Mosfata. From Florida, welcome. Linda says me. Sally, sure, anywhere, I'm happy. Glad. Alexander says me. Rissa says yes, I'm so down. No theater yet, no. No theater until March 2021, the earliest. If things improve. No movies either. Here in New York City, at least. You can go to nearby states for movie theaters, though. A few nearby states have opened them up, like I think New Jersey is one of them. Dylan, hello. Ronan says, I wonder if Hello Deli is still at the Ed Sullivan Theater. Is that famous deli, or is that deli you visited personally? Michelle says, this is amazing. I really love New York City. I dream of coming here. Hey, Edward says, let's keep Ariel well fed and hydrated. Coffee on me. Thank you so much, Edward. the friendly Dutchman who watches this show. Thank you so much for the amazing $5 super chats. Here is a great pizzeria. I'm not gonna stop yet for food, but this is a recommendation for me, for all of you. One of the good pizzerias in this area. It's called Vito's Pizza. Really great quality pizza. Let me jump in here in the front. Wow, actually this looks really, really good. Look at those gigantic garlic knots. That's a favorite New York City treat. And here we have probably, I think, one of the better slices you'll get is the pepperoni Sicilian. Have I walked the new LaGuardia Airport? I did back in the summer. I did a quick video of it, but not yet. No, not yet. And one bite, everyone knows the rules. One bite guy was here, gave it 7.5. I think that's a good score. How much is one slice? I think the slices here are about $4. $4.75. 6 chicken parmesan. It's a breaded chicken with cheese. That's what chicken parm is here in the US. Is 7.5 a good score? I think it is, from One Bite Pizza reviews. Yeah. It's on the corner of 9th Avenue and 36th Street. Robert says, "Can you not show me pizza? You're making me hungry." Robert. I think you might need to find some food to quell your hunger. It just might show more. Looks like a nice sunny day, says McCulley's. I agree. It's a beautiful sunny day today. Oh, a restaurant from 1933 here. Interesting. How much to rent a bicycle? Ooh, I don't know that off the top of my head. If anyone can let us know the bike rental prices, that I don't know. Eugen says, I'm going to get so fat before visiting New York City. Macaulay says that they have to eat before watching Urbanist. Alexander says, I'm doing my best not to eat every single live video. Indeed. So here we're in 9th Avenue. 9th Avenue is what you would consider Hell's Kitchen, especially once we cross 42nd Street. We're still at 37th Street right now. Rissa is already knowing my slang. The OG restaurant, yes. When a restaurant is, I think, more than 70 years old, you can call it OG. Here's another very old sign. Kay says there should be a warning. Eat before watching. Indeed there should be a warning. Tavola! Look at this. Old school restaurant, OG. I would say also old school. Let's see, when does this date back to? I think this is also pretty old. Let's see. 119 years old, ladies and gentlemen. 119-year-old restaurant right over here. Used to be more of a goods store. Some classic spaghetti, some classic pizza, very old school Italian. And they have a nice outdoor eating area despite all the constant amount of traffic. Marissa says I'd go there. Dylan, you had a quesadilla before lunch, so you're filled up. Oh, I'm glad you are, Dylan. You're smart, Dylan. I'm eating while watching, says Donald. Oh, Donald, very smart as well. Very immersive experience. So here we have a group of like very old school Italian places. The reason there are more restaurants here on 9th is one of the main reasons is that right next door we had the garment district, right on 8th and on 7th Avenues. So many of the men, and there would mostly be men, especially prior to the 1970s, who would go on lunch break, would come over here for lunch. Old meat market. And some pig parts. Hey, Panajotis, do I have a Twitch chat also in front of me? Yes, I have access to the Twitch, to the Facebooks, and to the YouTubes all at the same time on my live video feed. And I should be having a bot that should be working right now, telling everyone the weather. I hope it works. Hello, Slay Bunny. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much for being a member. No Chinese ducks in Windows. That you have to go more towards Chinatown. And that type of display is kind of losing popularity. Slay Bunny, exclamation point weather. I actually haven't added that one yet. I gotta add it. But try exclamation point socials. I wanna see if that works. Exclamation point socials. So Slay Bunny, thank you for reminding me. I'll add it soon after this broadcast. Is it working? Kathy, thank you so much for the 100 stars. I appreciate you. No, it's not working. No, it's not working. I'm not sure why Nightbot is not working. I'll look into it. Yeah, I tried installing Nightbot yesterday. Alexandra. Socials worked. I don't see the link. Hey, is Nightbot commenting? Let me know. And if it posted my socials on only on YouTube, it doesn't work on Facebook or Twitch yet. Now Facebook definitely won't work, but on Twitch I'll install it later. It posted the weather earlier. Okay, cool. Nightbot is working. Awesome. I also have gear. I also have. You can find out what my TikTok is, my Instagram, etc., etc. All right, cool. Thank you for testing that out. I appreciate all of you. Here's Taqueria Diana. Pretty good tacos, in my opinion. Pretty good tacos. Very American style tacos. Hey! Harris, nice to see you here. Ronald says it's tough looking at all the comments while walking at the same time. It is a bit tough, yes. It is a bit tough. It just takes balance and patience. Good combo with those shades and masks, thank you. Oh wow, I love this getup. Best pastas in New York City, look at this. Alright, music is probably not gonna be so friendly. So let's continue walking around. And here we have a Two Bros Pizza. Two Bros Pizza, $1 pizza. Colors are good. Is it your camera? Indeed it is. Hello Carolyn, 200 stars, thank you. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we have one of the grand stations of New York. The station that has made New Yorkers fall in love with it decade after decade. The station that is covered in countless Instagrams and postcards. That station is not Grand Central, it's Port Authority Terminal. Ladies and gentlemen, Port Authority. Look at its immense beauty. Filled with an exoskeleton of some sort. And brick. I'm being sarcastic. It's quite not the most beautiful thing. It's one of the most hated stations. Are the bars functional? I think they're aesthetic. Don't quote me on that, but the Port Authority bus terminal actually looked really nice in the Art Deco style. Look at the old photos of it. It did not have this exoskeleton to it. It had this kind of orange color brick to it. Someone left a super chat. Who was it? Mighty Bull of Wall Street. Like, I like when you have knowledgeable guesses, says Mighty Bull. Oh, thank you, Mighty Bull. Thank you so much for tuning in. So here the buses go into the tunnel, the Lincoln Tunnel. So you can see some of the buses passing overhead. And it goes directly into the terminal. And it's closed back here. Elizabeth says it's going to have a makeover. Oh, I hope that is the case. Robert says, do I cook at home? Oh yeah, Robert. I cook at home. Oh yes. Made myself an avocado toast for brunch earlier today. Right now I'm all about pasta carbonara as well. I love making that. Here it is. Marcella, thank you so much for 150 stars. Look at the beauty. All right, let me show you a little bit of a peek of the bus over here. Eyewitness News is over here. Uh-oh. What happened again here? Here's a bus. And what's in here? Police. Eugene says, yes, the beauty. Now I see it. I'm glad you're seeing the beauty. The beauty. A few bobs are out there. Hey, Bobs. All right, let's keep on walking. Robert says, are you planning any more driving tours? Yeah, you might see another driving tour. Yeah, I'll figure out another place to show all of you. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. $20. Whoa. Hey, Robert. Really? Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you might be seeing a driving tour soon with my dad at the helm, at the wheel, as I show you the sights. Let me know if you have any good recommendations for driving tours. Anyone else has any good recommendations for areas to drive through? Can you show the $1 pizza place? Sure, I'll show it to you. Let's see, where is it? Here we're at 42nd Street and 9th Avenue. And it's this place over here. Here is some 99-cent fresh pizza. It's pretty good pizza. I mean, like, for $1, it's nice. It's nice. I gotta admit it. It's nice. But there's always very weird individuals inside. You should drive through the Hamptons. The Hamptons. A lot of the houses, aren't they, like, shielded away by grasses and massive yards? Hey. Sharon, during this pandemic, I even missed the ugly parts of Manhattan, yeah. $2.75 for 2 slices and a soda, says Eugen. Yep, if you're really on the budget, this is the place. Just like that amazing Talking Heads song, which was actually produced a few blocks away. This must be the place. Cue the music. Dylan says, what? $1 pizza is a thing? Yes, it is. $1 pizza. It's for New Yorkers on a budget. Not necessarily the most high quality pizza, but it's good quality pizza. But it's a $100 pizza thing. There is a there's like 2 or 3 very expensive pizzas out there. There's one like right underneath the FDR in downtown Manhattan in a restaurant right by the waterfront. Check out the show Really Dough on Thrillist, and they have a few like super expensive pizza episodes there. Upper West Sider says, yeah, one has gold on it. Yeah, exactly. Rona, you love the NYPD lights. Yeah, they are cool. Babu says, pizza's not really that expensive to make at all. So say that to the restaurant selling it for $100. Yeah, no, pizza is probably the cheapest thing you can make. Pizza originally was food for the very, very low-income areas of Italy. Oh, new coffee shop called Grind. If you don't notice that this is a G, it looks like it's just called Rind. This is interesting. New coffee shop alert, everyone. It is a bad logo design, so I'll put it in a vote. The logo, yeah, kind of confusing. My hopes are not too high with this one. Not too high. Let me know if you guys want to try it. If you're curious of how it tastes. But my hopes, I gotta admit, just by the look of it, it's not too high. But maybe I'll be wrong. So put a vote on it. I'll let everyone vote. Yes, coffee, or should we go to the next spot? Golden Nut says next spot. Mandy says yes, curious. Wesley says next. Dylan says yes. Ooh, we're half and half. Next. Rhonda says next. KLM says give it a whirl. Sharon says next. Lots of next over here. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, Grind is not getting a lot of eyeballs. Move on. Says Andrew just said just go Starbucks. Andrew, do not insult the show like that. Good to see new businesses popping up. Yeah, it's nice to see new businesses popping up. It's nice. Next one. Lots of next. Whoa. So many next. Mighty Bull also says next. Annie says Grind is good. Annie, have you tried it? Where's the Golden Crust? There's no Golden Crust. I think you have to go to Brooklyn and Queens to find more of them. Give it a shot. Next. Wow, okay, everyone. So, by far, the majority is next. Annie says it's good. We do have one person who's tried it. You have a subscription. There's a subscription. Interesting. So we got two urbanists saying it is exceptional coffee. That's bold words. I mean, if urbanists said so, I appreciate everyone who has voted next. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna order an espresso, a quick tasting. I'm maybe not gonna have the entire thing, so we can have another place. So let's try it out. Haven't tried it before. I appreciate everyone voting, but since we have two urbanists who watch all the time, we will appreciate the insight of these urbanists. So let's try it out very quickly. Marissa says they know what's up. Yes, indeed. All right, let's go. I'm gonna be a little bit silent. Hey, how's it going? I'll have an espresso, please.
Right, a shot of espresso, you got it.
Yeah,
Anything else?
that's all. Let me just...
$3.81.
All right, awesome. Thank you. When did you guys open?
Like 4 months ago.
Oh wow! During the middle of the pandemic. Brave of you guys. That's awesome. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. All right. Cool. Okay, so. Ooh, it's a bit hot. So the place outside it looks like like one of those coffee shops that's trying to be like a Starbucks on the outside, but the inside I was really pleasantly surprised. And the machine that they're using, whoa, gorgeous. So let me show you. Wow. Look at this. Oh, wow. Beautiful crema. More amber color. So the crema is more amber color. They got to take away the sign so people can see inside, because inside is gorgeous. Absolutely love the beautiful kind of woodworking. And they had like a huge array of pastries, so it's a great place to get a quick bite. I want to give a quick shout out to someone who sponsored a coffee break via PayPal. Vidriana is watching from Texas. She absolutely loves the show and wants to sponsor a coffee break and a pastry break. So Vidriana and Robert and all the other people who have super chatted and star sent, this coffee is sponsored by you, and then we'll try another one during this walk. So thank you, Viridiana from Texas. She's also a small business owner, so I hope to support her small business if I ever visit Texas. Let's try that. This is really good. This is really good, actually. Looks can be deceiving. This is I think a moral lesson for all of us, because we put the vote. Almost everyone voted to go to the next shop. I would have gone to the next shop if I were just walking around. Didn't strike me as a cool shop, but wow, this is actually a really, really good cup of coffee. More aligned with the Brooklyn style, so it's very bright, very fruity. But has a very beautiful acidity to it. Gorgeous acidity, so very citrusy flavoring to it. Wow. So this is a moral. Never judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover, or don't judge a book by its subpar logo design, in my opinion. The G looks more like a random kind of squiggles, and you just see the rind. But sometimes not the best logo design gives way for a good cup of coffee. So try grind, not rind, grind. Though it tastes like the rinds of an orange because of its fruitier notes. Don't judge a book by its cover. Wow, this is really good. The looks can be deceiving, because I've seen coffee shops that look like this in the front, and usually they're not the best. Usually they are, they try to be like a Starbucks, and the espresso is kind of pretty poor. There's a lot of them. I won't name any names, but there's a lot of those coffee shops that have this kind of more corporate kind of look to them from the outside. But I am pleasantly surprised by the inside. So check it out. Jack says grinder. No, grind. Grind. Get it right. Don't add an R at the end. It's a very different thing. Same neighborhood, very different thing. Absolutely amazing. Highly recommend it, everyone. Yeah, check it out. Right at 42nd Street. Actually, did enjoy it. And this is a place, if I were in Times Square, I would probably come again. Delicious. Ronald says, swipe right. Yep, you gotta swipe right for this one. Grind, definitely swiping right for grind. Not grinder. That's a different thing. Let's continue walking. Do these coffee shops do advertisements? Someone just asked. No, usually coffee shops don't do advertisements. It's very rare that you see a coffee shop doing advertisements. Like Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks are probably one of the few. Even then, Starbucks barely advertises. So Dunkin' Donuts advertises quite a lot. Alright, let's continue. Sarah, it's better that you do your own research as to the joke that people were making with calling the coffee shop grinder. It's rather you do your own research than me explaining it to you. Mixter, big deal. Great question. This is at 43rd Street and 9th Avenue. 43rd and 9th Avenue. Hey, you know what? Let's walk through here. Yeah. Are there any ginger ale shops? Ginger ale is not really something you will find fresh. It's usually something you'll find in the bottle or canned. So you can go to any convenience store and get a ginger ale. There's very few fresh or I would say like more homemade ginger ales. You have to go to a few ice cream shops that are kind of scattered throughout Brooklyn where you'll find a fresh ginger ale, so to speak. Hey, from Bulgaria, do let me know how I say your name. Are there any Bulgarian shops? Great question. Yes, I think there's a few Bulgarian shops, but I don't know if any off the top of my head. I don't even know what neighborhoods they would be in. But if anyone does know, do let us know. There's bound to be a 2 or 3 at least. So here is another coffee shop, Vanilla Gorilla Coffee. What do you think of this logo? Let me know. This one, I mean, it's creative. It's creative. It's quite a cool gorilla they got in the front. Quite a cool gorilla. They say our signature house blend is the rich combination of the world's finest coffee beans. Each crop is hand selected from 7 premium estates in Ethiopia, Brazil, Guatemala, El Salvador, and India. All components are slowly and separated, roasted in Italy, then precisely blended to create a perfectly balanced superior coffee with a full body and smooth velvety finish. Okay. I usually wouldn't do this, but unique circumstances calls for unique measures. And we're about to go into Times Square, into the thick of Times Square. And whenever you go to Times Square, you will need energy in order to be immersed in all the hordes of tourists, lights, and Elmos. So, shall we go inside and try this rather odd-looking cafe called Vanilla Gorilla Cafe with a very cool gorilla in the front? Let me know. This will be the second and last coffee tasting, and maybe they even have a pastry. Have I tried Bolivian food in New York City? Yes, I have. Golden Nuts. Quite a name you have there. Yes, I have tried Bolivian food. My top place is Bolivian Llama Party. All right, we got a lot of yeses. Let's try Vanilla Gorilla Cafe. And they have, what is this? A pastry wrap. Interesting. Wow. All right, let's try it out. Pardon my silence. right, I'm back. Can you hear me? Sorry, I quickly chose some random music. I gotta find better music that I can show all of you. There's a lot of new coffee shops opening here. So this is Vanilla Gorilla Cafe, and I just see across the corner there's yet another coffee shop here, and this was like in the basement level. Like these guys opened up 2 months ago. Grind opened up 4 months ago, and I'm not sure about this coffee shop over here. Should we have a coffee off? Let's see if this place is open. Might as well. Let's It's called St. Hilda Coffee. St. Hilda Coffee. All right, we're gonna have a coffee off. My hands are a bit full, but bear with me. Oh, there's a nice little bench down here, too. Hey, how's it going? I'll have an espresso, please. Decaf, please. That's all. Ooh, you guys have beautiful pastries. That's all.
Hindi, ang 370.
All right, cool, thank you. When did you guys open?
You mean like the Alice Theirs?
No, this location.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's been 4 years.
Oh wow, plenty. Okay.
And that.
Because I already saw there was like 2 other new coffee shops right in this block.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's one around the corner, right? I've never even been there.
Yeah, you
I
got.
think it just opened.
You guys are getting quite a lot of competition.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this block is busy now. Although we don't have any people in this block now. No theater, no
Oh.
offices, no tourists, no customers.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Was it getting full before the pandemic started?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's usual.
I can imagine. Which beans do you guys use for the espresso?
It's well for decaf it's a little bit different. It's different Colombia, but we usually do light roast, single origins from the local roasters. Say.
Oh, cool.
They're in Brooklyn, Bushwick.
Yeah, I've tried Say before in Bushwick. Yeah. What's the roaster for the decaf?
I mean, it's still Say. It's just a different bean.
Oh.
It's a different farm. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
nice.
It's a Colombian.
Oh, cool, cool. So that is St. Hilda. So a coffee off we're having. Is this the best place to do a coffee off? Well, I'll do it here. This is easy. All right, let's have a coffee off. 2 coffees against each other. Is it too much caffeine? I actually got both of them decaf because I really enjoyed the other one. I had it completely. So in order not to get caffeine overdose, I got these 2 decaf. So let's try have a decaf coffee off. Let me show you. So first of all, this one, the crema is already gone out. So both of them are decaf. Thank you again, Viridiana. Thank you again, Viridiana, for sponsoring this epic 3 coffee off. We'll see which one's the best one. And Shelly says, such a good thing you're doing to help all small businesses. Yes, Yes, indeed. My pleasure to help out small businesses any small way I can. These guys have been open up for 4 years, so they're the old coffee shop on the block. The other ones are new. Let's try it out. First, Vanilla Gorilla. So crema's foam. Crema is the natural foam produced by the process of brewing coffee through an espresso machine. So it's pressurized water going through coffee grounds, and that produces some type of foam on top that is called crema. This one, wow, this one's nice. My tummy's gonna start, my stomach's gonna start not agreeing with me, so I gotta eat some banana bread to accompany this. So let's have a piece of banana bread. The banana is good. It's a bit on the drier side, but it's filling. And it's quite a big portion of banana bread. This is from Vanilla Gorilla. Pretty good banana bread. Now, this Vanilla Gorilla one, very different from Grind Coffee. As I mentioned, the first coffee shop we went to is Grind, the one that I didn't have high hopes for. That one was really good, but it was in the Brooklyn style. It was like in the New York style. So I mentioned New York style tends to be brighter, fruitier, lighter. This one's more akin to the Italian style. So it's a bit thicker, more sludgier, has a little bit more of a punch to it. Also a little bit more chocolatier as well. I really like this one. It has a bit of a citrusiness to it. So it's chocolatey and citrusy at the same time. Really good cup of coffee here at Vanilla Gorilla. Actually, I recommend these guys, especially if you like your Italian style coffee. Cafe Hilda, I have a feeling is going to be more hipster type of coffee because it's made with Say, and Say is a really great coffee roaster in Bushwick. Actually, I might hit them up. Let me know if you want to look at inside of coffee roaster here in New York City. Say is based in Bushwick and it's actually amazing. But let me show it to you. So Shelly says, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Again, Lucy for the 28 Hong Kong. Oh, Lucy, I appreciate the 28 Hong Kong. Thank you. Okay, so let's try this. Colombian also. Interesting. Annie, for your coffee. Thank you everyone for sponsoring this coffee. I appreciate it. Wow. This is as hipster you can get. This is a super hipster coffee. If you were to take a bearded man with thick frame glasses and put a cape on him, and he's a barista by day, but superhero by night, that's the type of coffee this is. It's so hipster, I feel like I'm more like drinking a tea rather than a cup of coffee. Really unique cup of espresso. Polar opposite of this. Polar opposite. This is Italian style. This tastes like drinking a nice smooth cup of tea. It's very light. It's very bright. It's so bright it feels like a flashlight is shining upon my eyes. And also, it's like, it tastes more like drinking a pour over than even a cup of espresso. So interesting. So interesting. Whew. This is like a sipping type of espresso. You can't If you take a chug of this, ooh, you're gonna, your insides are not gonna like you for quite a while. Yeah. So, who's the winner? We got the super hipster coffee. Can you please read the comments? Says Clara. Clara, sorry, I'm drinking coffee right now. I'll read the comments right afterwards. And oops, I'm late. Do you have a favorite of all the three? When do you do the live with Dutch Malls? That'll be on next Wednesday. So, super hipster coffee from St. Hilda. Ooh. It's very acidic, the St. Hilda one. Ooh. Crazy acidic. Yeah, St. Hilda have it with the pastry, 100%. Vanilla Gorilla or Grind? First, let me know which one looked the prettiest in your opinion in the comments. But if I were to judge those three coffee cups right next to each other, they're all in 1 block radius, I would say Grind takes the cup. Grind, in my opinion, is the better of the three. Vanilla Gorilla, really good. Is a really unique cup of coffee. Kind of like more of like your run-of-the-mill Italian espresso bar type of coffee, which I enjoy. They also had the option for a single shot of espresso, which was nice. So they're very in line with the Italian style. St. Hilda, this type of coffee, St. Hilda, I think it's a coffee for coffee nerds. If you're not a coffee nerd, I would say probably not come here. If you're like intense coffee nerd, if you're heavily into baristas and like how coffee's made, then try St. Hilda. But I would say all around, best cup of coffee is Grind. That is the winner, everyone. Look can be deceiving. I thought it was going to be a not so good place, but thankfully to those two urbanists, Anita, and there was one other one on Facebook that mentioned to go to Grind. Give a huge round of hearts to both of them for compelling us to go inside Grind. Let's continue walking around. Take one more bite of the banana bread. All right. Is the coffee you had light or strong? Says Adam. St. Hilda was very light, but very, very acidic, super acidic. It's definitely not built for the faint of heart, I think. Todd sent 50 stars, 150 altogether. Thank you so much, Todd, for your stars. I appreciate you. Bear with me. All right, cool. So here's a hotel, the Continental. The Intercontinental, not the John Wick Hotel. Am I near Shake Shack? Indeed I am. Indeed I am. Shake Shack. More coffee, says Ronan? No. No more coffee for me. I am coffeeed out. I hope you enjoyed that coffee segment. Now I have enough energy in order to venture into the bane of existence for most New Yorkers, but the love for most tourists. That is Times Square. Are you ready? Is this 5th Avenue? No, Luciano. Right now we are on 8th Avenue. Eighth Avenue. So we were walking previously on 9th. Zenith, gluten is your bane. Oh no. There's a lot of gluten-free breads in many coffee shops here in New York City. This banana bread wasn't gluten-free, but in many other ones you'll find an option for it. Let's cross. Claire, nice to see you here. Rosemary, I'm based in New York. Indeed I am. Rona says, I think I need a few more strong cups of coffee. Indeed. Hey, Une from Kosovo, welcome. Kay, there's no people. Well, yeah, this is a very business area. A lot of businesses are closed and theater is closed as well. Jackie, Jack, you want to be a coffee snob? Oh, you do, Jack. Well, it takes a lot of training, years of training. Hey! Sharon says, thank you for these walks. Have an evening coffee on me. Probably no more coffee, but thank you so much for the super chat. I might take you up on that dessert, evening dessert. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Are Broadway theaters open? No. No, they're not. Drivers are weird. Oh, there's very weird drivers here. They just beep for no apparent reason. Alright, so here a lot of the theaters are indeed closed. This is the St. James Theater. And here we have the Phantom of the Opera. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Let me know if you've seen the Phantom of the Opera before. Great show. I don't think it'll be running after theaters open again. Because, yeah, I think I heard that they are actually finally closing it down, which is so sad. Such a great show. Rissa, I feel like they do that to distract you. Yeah, I think some people do that in order to just bother. Here we have Michael Jackson for some reason. Actors are still making movies. They are, but theater actors are no longer acting because they're closed. Candy from Sweden. Welcome. Remember the opera singing at Lincoln Memorial in Washington. Oh, yes. Did he sing a tune from Phantom of the Opera? I don't think so, but yes, that was a beautiful time. Ooh, whoa, someone sent a $19.99 super chat. Everyone's being so generous. Thank you so much, Todd, for the $20 super chat. You're the best. Everyone give hearts to Todd. Robert, there's a few other people, Viridiana, who've given more than $20. I appreciate you guys. 20 or over. Thank you so much. Hey, from Newcastle. Nice to see you here. So here we have a few of the kind of attractions here in Times Square. We have bowling, Bullmore Lanes, weird name. Gulliver's Gate, which I actually did a live video of many years ago. And let me show you the posters here. Hey, agent, you're joining the live stream. Let me know, what's your favorite Broadway musical? Let me know in the comments. Rissa! Wicked. Ooh, Company. I really want to see Company. Oh, you know, these guys went on preview. They opened up right before the pandemic. And I was about to buy tickets to see Company because it's written by Stephen Sondheim, who's of West Side Story fame, and of course countless other musicals like Sweeney Todd. I was about to buy tickets, and then boom, the pandemic arrived. Put all those plans to the wayside. Hadestown. Haven't seen Hadestown yet, though I'm curious. Jagged Little Pill. Lion King. Come From Away. What is this Come From Away? Is this based on the band? Diana, a true musical story. Beetlejuice, the musical. Six, the musical. Tina, the musical. Let It Go, Frozen, the musical. I wish they would bring back Les Mis. Yes. Red, the color of angry men. Black, ba-da-da-da-da-da. I love Les Mis. There's a baseball musical? Or probably a play called Take Me Out. Ain't Too Proud, Story of the Temptations. Mean Girls, written by Tina Fey. Flying Over Sunset. Birthday Candles. Oh, hello. La 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 la. I forgot the words of Book of Mormon, that first song. It's hilarious. One of the best musicals. If anyone could put a few bars inside of Hello from Book of Mormon. Hello, my name is Elder White. Da 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 da. And Chicago. Chicago, I saw it last year, 2019, and whoa, that play is real. I mean, that musical is very real, especially towards the end. It's very current of what's happening in American society. So, Clara, am I a fan of Action Kid? Yes. I'm a fan and a friend of Action Kid. This is the Booth Theater, named after Edwin Booth. not to be confused with his brother who assassinated Abraham Lincoln in cold blood, John Wilkes. They actually disagreed with each other. They didn't see each other for years. Agent Rico says, always love your walks and energy. Sending positive vibes from LA. Thank you. I can't wait to go to LA one more time and do one live stream in and out. Yep, one live stream to rule them all. Here's Junior's. Great cheesecakes. Dylan, I appreciate the good words. Thank you. Juniors, why you be closed? We need your cheesecakes. The world needs your cheesecakes. Are you ready? I mean, let me know if you're ready to go into Times Square. It's both overwhelming and a beautiful place. Zenith, no talk about policy in these broadcasts. No politics, no policy. Unless we're talking about something about the city. Hey, Ronan says a philosophical chat at Santa Monica Pier. That actually would be really badass, Ronan. Hey, Hamid from Pakistan, welcome. Salam alaikum. Are you ready for Times Square? Send my regards to Broadway. It is empty here today. Whoa. Where are the people? Where are the people? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? 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 I feel like Will Smith and I Am Legend. Almost no one's here. Maureen! Hello, Maureen. "2021. Shall this be the year that we finally mention once again? Let us know." Rissa says, hardly no one in our way yet. It's basically Will Smith and I Am Legend. This is all of us right now. Will Smith, I Am Legend. Like, there's almost no one here. There's only a spattering of people. A nice sprinkling, a dash, a pinch of people. Let me know other words for a tiny little bit. I bet there's other words we can think of. Let's expand our vocabulary and think of other words that mean a little bit. Minutia, says Ronald. Yeah, minutia. I like that one. A dash, says Daily Walker. Sally says un poquito. Yes, un poquito de persona. A speck of people, says Steven. Oh, I like that. Ooh, Tova, another great one. A smidgen. Sue, there's a tad, just a bit tad of people here. I love these. A smidge, just a smidge of people. Yeah, just a smidge. Says there's no people. Let's go do some parkour. Let's do some parkour, ladies and gentlemen. This will be turning into the parkour segment of the broadcast. Once I have more than 3 cups of coffee, parkour definitely will happen. A wee amount, says Karen. Oh, I like that. A wee amount. Wee amount. A pinch. A drip. Hardcore parkour, says McCulley's. Yes. It's showtime over here. Everyone, showtime. Oh, a counting tao in Tagalog. Counting tao. Counting tao. Am I saying that right? Counting tao is a very, very little bit in Tagalog. A smattering, a skosh of people. Alexander Rodriguez says, I'm hyped up on coffee. I'm hyped up on life. I see you on camera. Oh, we got Earthcam down there. Ka unting tao. Ka unting tao. Thank you. Hold on for breaking it down. Does New York City have a pigeon crisis? No, I haven't heard anything about being a crisis. There used to be a lot more pigeons back in the day. Oh, this is really cool. A woman is rollerblading. Hey, Belabis, nice to see you here. This is awesome. I like being on the top of the world. Red Stairs. Who wants to go on the Red Stairs? Let me know. Picard, nice to see you here. Wow. I love the look of Times Square today. Beautiful albino pigeon. And here we have the sounds of Cthulhu. The sounds of Cthulhu. This is a sound installation built by Max Newhouse in 1977. Georgios from Greece. Could you please say happy birthday to Maria from Greece, who's a big happy fan? All right, everyone, say along with me in the comments. Let me know how to say happy birthday in Greek, actually. Maria from New York City, have a very, very, very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Maria. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're having a wonderful time filled with wonderful Greek pastries. Irene says, that's not Bob, that's Tesla's pigeon. It is Tesla's pigeon, yeah. Clara asks, will famous and rich YouTubers now be rich in the future? Yes, because media and entertainment is something that will stay with us regardless of whatever movements in the marketplace happen. There'll still be a place for entertainers, like George M. Cohan, the original Broadway star. He's the inspiration for the movie Yankee Doodle Dandy. Send my regards to Broadway is one of his famous songs. Was there brandy in that coffee, says Phil? No, there wasn't any brandy. As I mentioned before, I am too sober right now. So this is what happens. Once I get very sober, I start being very silly. I get so sober, silliness just takes hold of me. Hey, Petter says coffee time or fika time. Petter, thank you so much for a super chat. Though I've had a little bit too much coffee. Thank you. I'll save your super chat for the next coffee break. Petter is sponsoring Saturday's coffee break. Here's Father Duffy, a very different man from George M. Cohan. This man was very stern, very serious. Alexandra says, oh my God, send me some of your energy. Is that the Alexandra Castro from Inside Nomad Hotel? Welcome, Alexandra. Hope you're doing well. Can't wait to visit the Inside Nomad once again. Nobody on the stairs. No one on the stairs. No one on the stairs, everyone. Let's all let that woman take her own selfie. Clara says, your face be mad red. I'm a very red man in a very red world. So we're basically all alone on the steps. Did Will Smith take a selfie in I Am Legend? Let me know. Saludos de Laredo. Bienvenidos, Vilad. Gul from Munich. Habla en español, Billy. Sí, hablo todo español. Soy fluente. Puedes preguntarme cualquier cosa que tú quieres. Cualquier cosa que usted está curioso. De Nueva York, de historia, puede preguntarme. Wow, this is the best season for tourists. It really is. So right there is the Earth Cam. So if you want to see me on Earth Cam, you can. Clara, those questions are best for coffee breaks. So feel free to ask me on the next coffee break. Sit down chats. First Friday of every month. I was there taking pics, says Sandra. Oh, cool, Sandra. Bob, where is he? We saw a few Bobs. Bob and his brothers. They were around shortly before. A. Rodriguez can see us on EarthCam. All right, everyone, let's take a selfie with EarthCam. Hey, EarthCam. If you can, everyone can, EarthCam. Everyone smile. Yes, you over there. Yep, you. Barbara, yes, you smile too. Hey, Leo. Billy, ¿de dónde eres? Soy New Yorker, familia de Puerto Rico. Any historical significance in Times Square? A whole lot, Robert. A whole lot. Ronan says, you talking to me? A whole lot. A whole lot of historical significance here. One fun fact is that building right in the center was really the first building that got the name, made the square named Times Square. It used to be called Longacre Square. It used to be a bunch of horse stables and carriage houses. But then New York Times decided to move away from Newspaper Row, which is in the Wall Street area, right by the Brooklyn Bridge entrance, and they decided to come all the way up here to Longacre Square, building one Times Square right there in the center with the huge Zayn ad for Spotify. And they called it Times Square. So yes, corporate naming has been a thing in the US for decades. For decades. Andrew says, how long did it take for New York to rebuild after the attacks of Godzilla? Great question. After Godzilla attacked in the film from 1997, Roland Emmerich, it took us zero time to rebuild because it was a movie. Harris says, love it when you tell us about history. My pleasure. Maddie says, I hate corporate culture. Well, your hatred has to go back at least 2 centuries. Because that's when it really started in Mass. 1998, thank you. Carmelo from, welcome. Fila, hello. Will we see another live about this place where you are? Says Adam. Right now in Times Square, you can watch my older videos of the history of Times Square. I have a bunch of them, and the man is taking a selfie where no one's taking a selfie of him. Really cool. That's awesome. And here's the TKTS booth. Maddie, you love my show. Oh, I'm so glad you do, Maddie. Thank you. Thank you for loving my show. Appreciate it. Here's some tables. And here's a chair. A chair. Is Times Square the start of Lincoln Highway? Great question, Adam. Yes, it is. So right down there, 42nd Street. 42nd Street is basically the main street that passes through Times Square. Connects all the way to Grand Central Terminal a little bit later. That is the original Lincoln Highway. You'll see a little sign that says this is the start of the Lincoln Highway if you look close enough to the street signs. Lincoln Highway was the first highway to go across our great nation. I think it originally went to Chicago, but maybe it went further west. Let me know how far west it went. But the Lincoln Highway was basically an interstate highway before there were interstate highways. All right, what Broadway show should we see? Oh, it's closed. Oh, damn it. Broadway, come back. Come back, Broadway. Can we get 1,000 viewers? I don't know, can we? That's a good question. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Let's do it. Where shall we go now? Where shall we go? Olive Garden? Says Russ. Olive Garden is closed. And that's a place I wouldn't go. Even if I had the chance. Rissa says, sí se puede, sí se puede. Yes, we can. All right. If you want 1,000 plus viewers, tune in. It's going to be a very crowded live stream. You got to press that like button right now on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, sharing this with a Facebook group is the best way to get more people. So press that like button on YouTube. Marissa says, I made you laugh. My job is done. Marissa, congratulations. Here we have Krispy Kreme donuts. Luciano says, why no Olive Garden? Shrey as well. Olive Garden is a corporate chain, a restaurant, that sells subpar Italian-American food. If you're in New York City, there's way better options for Italian-American food. Francis, thank you so much for the 50 stars. Fifi shared it on my Facebook page. Oh, thank you, Fifi. We all be pressing that button, says Heidi. Ooh, Heidi, thank you. So here is Krispy Kreme donuts. Dun, 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 dun. If you ever wanted a donut like the type you would see in The Simpsons, come over here. Would be fun if you could play a live game of bowling. Yeah. And maybe one day. It would be nice to do a history of bowling. I'm not sure what city might be appropriate for a history of bowling. Let me know. Would love to see a Broadway show of the New York City walking YouTuber, says Ronald. A grand musical of New York City walking YouTubers. That would be a great one. Hamed, welcome. Abby, thank you so much for sharing via Facebook. I appreciate you. Luciano, when do I think tourism will get back to normal? You know, it was getting back to normal in the Christmas time. A lot of people were coming here, especially from the US. But now, January's always been a slow month for tourism. I hope soon, I'm really hoping soon, I hope at least by summer 2021, because I myself really want to travel. Little Nas says this is an immediate Tony Award winner. A musical about New York City walking YouTubers. We will get Lin-Manuel Miranda on the job, so stay tuned. I'll call up Lin, see what he thinks, see what he can do with it. Is it a no-go in January? January does get very cold. Personally, I enjoy more summertime for traveling, more warmer weather, because you feel a little bit more flexibility. Don't need to carry a huge coat. But if you really want to enjoy New York City empty, very quiet, highly recommend coming here in January. If you're a fan of coming very slow season, January is the best month. Linda, can we go on the subway ride? Unfortunately, the service there's a very good chance it will go away if we go subway ride anywhere in Manhattan, because there's no elevated subways here and there's no service between the tracks. Hey, Francis sent 500 stars. Thank you so much. Anywhere near the Ghostbusters firehouse? No, that is in the neighborhood Tribeca, which is about a 15-minute, 20-minute subway ride, maybe a little bit less, 15 minutes. About an hour, 2-hour walk. About a 2-hour walk, I think, at this point.
You almost there, homie. Keep a little work.
Is the vessel nearby? Dude. Okay, we go to the MoMA soon. Alexandra. I usually don't cover modern museums in New York because they have a very strict no video policy. So unfortunately it'll be a bit tough, unless if I get direct permission from MoMA. Or you see some type of Gorilla Live. Can I go on the flight to Alaska? I'm tempted to go to Hawaii, because I want some summertime. Are we there yet, says Marissa. Not yet, but stay tuned. We'll be there soon. Where there is, I don't know. But we'll be there. Somewhere. Over there. Someone wanted to see David Letterman's studio, so let's check it out. Or what used to be David Letterman. It's called the Ed Sullivan Theater. Let's check it out. Okay, you were tempted to book a flight this June. Yeah, I feel you. I'm eager. I'm ready. I'm ready to press that buy button to go to UK. I'm ready. But I'm not sure if the UK is ready. Hey, Petter, love your vlog on the Ramones and Lennon. Fantastic to see. Sorry for my spelling. No worries, Petter. Thank you so much for the 50 Swedish krona. I appreciate you. Thank you. Went to Stephen Colbert show here. Oh, cool. Yeah. I love Stephen Colbert. I actually saw him when he used to do the Comedy Central show. Here also in New York City, but it was all the way in the west side of Manhattan. That's awesome. Who was the guest that you saw when you visited? I can see so many stores here. Yeah. Yeah, also a lot of stores are closing in this area. Here's the modern adaptation of West Side Story. I'm not sure how successful this was. Dylan, you want to go to DC and New York this year. I hope you get the chance. Are the streets really this clean? Let's see. No. Just looks can be deceiving. Rosemary, please give me a shout out. Hello, Rosemary. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stephen Colbert. I actually went to this theater once. I saw the band Two Door Cinema Club here. Absolutely love seeing them live. Whoa, Todd. Todd is a legend. A $50 super chat. Whoa, Todd, thank you so much for a $50 super chat. I appreciate you. You already gave a $20 super chat for a total of $60. Thank you so much, Todd. Wow, so generous. Thank you. I appreciate you. Do let me know if you have any requests in this area. I'm going in February. They're still working in the speakeasy. No indoor dining here in New York City, so speakeasies would be closed unless if you go to a legal speakeasy, which would be much in the spirit, but it would be illegal. Andy, I love Two Door Cinema Club. Yeah, one of my favorite bands. I'm so glad a few people know about them. You're getting so much coffee, says Eugenia. Indeed. Oh, I miss going to these shows. Zoom in. Oh, there's someone in there. Oh, they're still filming. That's why. I'm not sure if they film with the studio audience. Let me know. And here's Angelo's Pizza right next door. Angelo's Pizza. There's no audience right now. Yeah, so it seems like they're only allowing the guests to come in. That's why there's someone inside. Alexandra, yeah, we'll probably hit the 2-hour mark. I've had coffee. I'm ready. I'm all ready to be ready to go for more live streaming. Steve Luciano asks, who's Stephen Colbert? Stephen Colbert is a comedian and show host of the late night show here on CBS. He was known for his political comedy back when he was in Comedy Central. Very hilarious guy. Search some clips of him. He's at the studio, but no one goes there, audience or guests. Johanna, oh, he's not having guests over as well. Oh, that's a shame. I know SNL's still running with some audience, I think. Manolito says the best is John Oliver, which I think he films here or LA. Let me know. I was in the audience of Ricky Lake back in the day, says Andy. Oh, Andy, that's so cool. Glad you were. Roland says he still does political comedy. Indeed he does. Indeed he does. Hello Delhi is gone. Yeah, let's see if Hello Delhi. I don't see any Delhi here.
Então, ou os caras vão ter que fazer um plano
John Oliver is also in New York. Thank you. Also in New York City. John Oliver lives in New York City? Whoa, that's so cool. How about Stage Deli? I don't see any Stage Deli. Was it supposed to be right next to the studio? More 99-cent pizza at least. Applejack Diner. The old school diner. Love it. So let me show you the pub from How I Met Your Mother. Not the specific one, but the inspiration behind the pub that was shot in the studio. Stage Door Deli closed in 2019. Oh, that's such a shame. Jimmy Kimmel and James Corden are in LA. Oh, yeah, that's what they filmed in LA. So here's McGee's Pub. Adam, how often do I go to diners? Very rarely, personally, and even less on Urbanist. I don't think I have ever covered a proper diner on Urbanist yet. Oh, now it's fully closed, McGee's. It was open when I briefly covered it about 2 months ago, a month ago. So this is the inspiration behind How I Met Your Mother, the bar. And where shall we go? Let's see. Let's go all the way to Columbus Circle. How often do you cover handball courts? Says No Other Chance. I actually haven't done a handball live video yet. Not yet. Maybe once it warms up. Would be nice if you could talk a little bit about the buildings. From what year, and about people who lived there. Stockholm. I have a whole lot of history videos. I have more than 1,000 videos in New York City. A good portion of them are in-depth history. Check them out on Facebook. But stay tuned. You'll see more history musings as we walk around. Joe, do I have any other plans to direct a music video? I would love to. It's a bit tough right now, but yeah, I would love to. How did Columbus Circle get its name? Got its name after a huge statue right in the middle of Christopher Columbus. Hence, they called it Columbus Circle. That statue was built after an Italian association about like 100 years ago at this point, a little bit more than 100 years ago, 130-ish years ago. I think it was 1892 when they built the statue in honor of the 400th anniversary of Christopher Columbus sailing into America. The Italian Americans wanted to take advantage of the mythological status of Christopher Columbus here in the US, thanks to the book written by Washington Irving that was half fictional. So people knew Christopher Columbus as being this hero that told the damn European aristocracy that the world was round and they didn't believe him. That was all myth written by Washington Irving. And thus they built that statue. And they built like 3 other statues along Uptown Manhattan. They built a statue of Verdi. A statue of Dante Alighieri. And I think there's one more. Am I near the Soup Nazi place? Oh yes, it's on the same block as the How I Met Your Mother bar. I already passed by it. Here's Billionaires Row. And here's the Hearst building. Uh-oh, now it's getting cold. built by Norman Foster. There's also a Giuseppe Verdi in Central Park. Is there? There's a statue of Verdi in Central Park? I know there's definitely one in 72nd Street. Isn't that near Central Park? Yes. About like 2 avenues away. New York City is very cinematic. Oh, I'm glad. Some halal food. Oh, this is the Venki that someone mentioned. Venki is one of my favorite chocolate shops that I recommend to a lot of people. From Italy, from Turin. And they opened up a new shop here, right by what used to be the Maison Fraser. So here's Venki, chocolate shop. Great hot chocolate here. You also find great gelato. Venki, or if you pronounce it the very American way, Venchi. Is there a flower market in New York City? Yeah, along 27th Street, I think, between 6th and 7th Avenue, or 7th and 8th, one of those two. That's the flower district here in New York City. If you could choose to live anywhere in Manhattan, which building would it be? Oh, Stockholm. Great question. I love the high-rise residential building right by the Flatiron. I don't know the name of it, but if you see videos of it, it's gorgeous views of downtown and midtown Manhattan. Kay says, let's get some chocolate. I'm a bit sweeted out. But highly recommend checking out that video I did of Venki. Oh, look at this. The Maison Fraser's closed. They did. Yeah, unfortunately they did. Is this glass building a mall? So this is the Time Warner Center building. The first like 4 floors or so are a mall. They also have Jazz at the Lincoln Center, which is right over there. And the rest I think they should be offices, if I recall correctly. But in the movie Cloverfield, this is actually a residential building where the protagonist has to save his girlfriend from the building, which one collapsed on the other. Really great movie if you want to know about New York City. Here is where the Marshmallow Man pops out in Ghostbusters. Virgil, thank you so much for tuning in. There was a Colombian coffee cart by the park. Yeah, it's still here. Don Cafe. authentic Colombian coffee in here along Central Park.
Yeah, come on, man. One five, we'll see you.
Top parts are residential and the bottoms are offices. Thank you so much, Dylan. So the top are residential and the bottom are offices. Thank you. And there used to be a very kind of ugly building here. I think this was it, but they made it a little bit prettier. It was like a lot more white, you know, with no kind of design to it. There was like another huge like Art Deco white building here that did not look pretty at all. So Columbus Circle wasn't the prettiest area before. It really has changed. And I wish Bolivian Llama Party was open right below here. One of the best Bolivian empanadas places are actually right underneath our feet. Eugen says this must be nice views for the residents of Manhattan. Double R, I seem to be close to Johns Hopkins. Isn't that university based in Boston? I don't think it's based in New York, but maybe I'm wrong. Is there a hospital called Johns Hopkins? Dylan, this was completely the same year you were born, 2003. Ooh, Dylan. That's awesome. How many roundabouts are in New York City? Very few. At least in Manhattan. Very, very few. This is one of the few roundabouts in Manhattan. I don't even think there's even more. There's actually might be like 2 others in Uptown Manhattan, around Harlem. There's another one. So let me know if anyone knows exactly the number of roundabouts. Fifi says, Cloverfield was hard to follow. Really? It really was? You think so? So, down here we have that church, that beautiful church we visited a few weeks ago. And Waterline Square is down this way. Double R, you meant John Jay. Yeah, John Jay is nearby here. Yeah, it is. A bit more few people around here. Yeah, there's a bit more few people around here. Are you visiting Bob? Says Cynthia. He's somewhere out there. Not sure where he is. Beautiful sky, says Luciano. I agree, Luciano. Look at that. Wow. Are masks and mandatory? No, they're just mandated. They're only mandatory in the subway system, including the buses as well. Buses and ferries as well. And railroad. Any type of rapid transit in New York City, it's mandatory. But outside, it's only mandated. Mandated means they're recommending or they're asking people to do so, but no one's really forcing you. There's no penalty of fine or anything like that. Stockholm, favorite restaurant in New York City. The #1 restaurant I recommend to everyone to visit is Cafe Mogador. It's a Moroccan restaurant in the East Village, and there's another great one in Williamsburg. And that restaurant sells some of the best food I've ever had and does not break the bank. It's quite it's New York City prices, but definitely not something that you will pay exorbitant amounts for. So amazing food, absolutely amazing. But if you're looking for kind of more classic American style, then I would recommend going to maybe Katz Deli for a classic Jewish deli experience. Or for a pizzeria, you might be better off going to Giuliana's underneath the Brooklyn Bridge for a great pizzeria experience here in New York City. There's also Lou Colli as well in, I think, Carroll Gardens. Peter Luger, yes, if you want another classic American steak experience, Peter Luger is a great restaurant as well. Oh, they closed down this little plaza here. This is Lincoln Plaza. This used to be a really cool, like, old school movie theater. It looked like you were stepping back into the 1980s. But unfortunately, they closed it down. This was before the pandemic. And they closed down. They're doing construction on the plaza here. Johanna, you say no. Here's Bread's Bakery. Bread's Bakery has one of the best bakla in New York City. Amazing chocolate bakla. And great goods in general. Let's take a look. I'll show it to you. Spiv will sip nearby. By train it is. So highly recommend for the bakla if you want a classic New York pastry from the Jewish American community. Babka, sorry, I might have mispronounced it, babka. Virgil asks my views on street vendor food. I actually only have really two street vendors I enjoy. Very few. When it comes to Middle Eastern street food, it's one of the better things that you can find here in New York City, but there's only two I really trust. And one of them is the Halal Guys on the corner of 53rd Street and 6th Avenue. So we almost passed those guys. And the other one is Kashba. We're actually coming across them right now. Here's the Smith, famous brunch spot. Adam, did I say baklava? No, I might have by mistake mispronounced it, but I mean babka. No, baklava. I also love baklava, but that's a different type of treat. Here, hey, Bar Balud. I didn't know Balud opened up a bar here. Balud, one of the more famous French restaurants. Epicuri Balud. Alessandra, do you know that Tito Puente lived on the East 10th Street as a child? Yes, Alessandra. I really didn't cover his history yet. But yeah, he did. I talked a little bit about him in my collaboration with with Here Be Bar. This is actually another favorite food truck of mine. I barely bump into them. It's called Slovaki GR. Really great food truck if you bump into them. Restaurants are indeed open only for outdoor dining, yeah. But sometimes restaurants build indoor dining outside, and hence it's outdoor dining. So indoor, outdoors, sometimes you'll see them. Here is a statue of Dante Alighieri, the man who wrote the Inferno, the man who went into the depths of hell with his buddy Virgil. Someone left a super chat. Who was it? Annie, thank you so much for the super chat. Sharon, have I covered City Island? Yes, I have a Facebook live video from the summer from City Island, and I covered its history. Tito Puente restaurant is no longer there, unfortunately. It's now another restaurant. Dante Alighieri. If you want to go into hell and back again, it's basically, Dante was basically Urbanus, but in hell. And through the other earthly realms. So, yeah, if you ever wanted to get like an Urbanus-like experience, but go to the depths of hell and to purgatory and then later into the high heavens, he's your man. He's your man. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take you to the depths of hell. That's not my intention. I don't want to do that. But Dante's your man. Dante's your man for an Urbanus-like experience to the depths of hell. Let's go to famous Lincoln Center. So one of the three major statues built after famous Italians here in Uptown Manhattan. So this is the Metropolitan Museum. This is the Metropolitan Opera inside Lincoln Center. So let me show you a little bit of Lincoln Center. Inferno gave you nightmares in high school, yeah. Oh yeah, likewise as well. It's required reading here in America as well. Seems a lot of people have read it in high school. I don't know why they force high school kids to go into the depths of hell. Not entirely sure why. If anyone can explain me that. But we do have a Virgil tuning in, so. Let's wait for. The Verdi statue is actually not in front of Lincoln Center. The Verdi statue is actually next to the Beacon Theater. So no, not quite here. Just a few more blocks down. Someone asked about snow. Well, here's all the snow that remains in New York City. Right here. No relation to the famous Virgil from the Dante story. Here is all the snow of New York City. The last snow of New York. Sounds like a memoir. Couple taking wedding or engagement photographs. Good for the snow, says Katie. So here is Lincoln Center. I absolutely love Lincoln Center. Never understood the people on phones with speaker and speaking loudly. Yeah. I noticed that people do that too. Is there more snow in the forecast? I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. There better be snow. Oh yeah, that's a threat to the gods. You better have snow. Yes, we'll see the Chagall. I'll show you the Chagall. Moon asks, what's my favorite place? You're looking at it. This is actually my favorite little area in all of New York City. This tiny little area over here. I just love sitting in this park, eating, especially in the summertime. Can you touch the water? Only if I have a death wish to be tackled by security. If I feel like being tackled by security, they can try. I'm not sure if they can actually tackle me. Then yes, I can touch the water. Here is the Chagall. Huge Chagall paintings. I think they're paintings. I don't think they're murals. If anyone can let me know for sure. I can't quite tell. Let me know if they're a painting or a mural. If it's indeed on canvas or it's painted on the wall. Is it open this time? Well, you know, usually there are operas in January, but it's a global pandemic, so no. So here's the demon dog from Ghostbusters to escape from the box. You do not want to know what's in that box. So let's move forward. And I'll show you the other Chagall. Love the chandelier inside. Yes, I'll show you the chandelier. But first, Chagall. Then chandelier. Stay safe and stream the opera. Stream opera, yeah. Yeah, you can stream opera. Thank you, Kay, for putting my PayPal links. If anyone wants to know how to contribute to Urbanist, put !tips. And you'll see it there. Wow, I love this Chagall. It's a mural, says Sharon. It is, okay. Thank you for letting us know. So it's a mural. Is it? No, it's not a mural, it's on canvas. It's not painted on the wall, no. No, it's definitely on canvas, right there. We can see it in the corner. Oh, interesting. So Eugen says, whatever they are, even if they're on canvas, if it's a huge painting, it's still called a mural. Okay, thank you. Moonstray, have I been to other places? Many. I cover about 17 cities at this point. So here's the beautiful chandelier. A little bit hard to see, but I have a live video on Facebook. That's why I call it Guerrilla Live. So shh, don't tell security. Shh. Don't tell them. But search Metropolitan Opera Urbanist on Facebook, and you'll find it. This is the 50th anniversary of the mural, says Alexander. Oh, cool. Is Lincoln Center a museum? No, Lincoln Center is a collection of about 26 venues for the performing arts. It's a performing arts center. You have opera, like here, the Metropolitan Opera. You have also ballet, which ballet I think is it's one of these two. This is the David Geffen Hall, so this is not ballet. This is the I think the classical music venue, and this should be ballet. Yeah. So you have a collection. How much is the Chagall worth? I'm not sure. Great question. It must be worth a whole lot of money. So here's the lobby. Look how gorgeous that chandelier is. Well, not Stay safe and stream opera. Yep, sounds like a good idea. So during the summertime, they actually have, they actually show, I think like once a month or so, or once a week, they have like a huge screen and they show the opera outside as well as it's being performed live inside. So you can see it for free outside during the summertime. Beautiful. So let's check out this area. So this is one of my favorite places in all of New York City. How do we find you on TikTok? Put exclamation point TikTok. Write it all as one word, exclamation point TikTok, and the link will pop up. My username is @ArielVieira. The Hugh Jackman show looks good. Oh yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what does this look like to you? I always ask this of people, and I'm always surprised that people are unwilling to be honest with themselves of what this sculpture looks like. Actually, don't write in the comments if you know what this sculpture looks like. LaGuardia School nearby here. Yeah, I think it's behind Lincoln Center. It looks like a wrecked Vespa scooter. Eugen says it looks like the Loch Ness Monster. That's funny. So Chagall sold a couple pastels in 2007 for 448 million? Whoa, Alexander, really? 448 million? That's insane. Now the shape starts changing. I know, but keep it PG. I'm glad, Denise. Thank you for keeping it PG. I'm glad someone sees it as well. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Naked snail and the shell. That's a good interpretation. Usually in the summertime you can sit down, relax, enjoy your halal food from nearby. See the people coming out of the theater. Oh, I love coming here in the summer, right after the theater ends, or when it begins or when it ends. It's awesome because you see everyone like really dressed up. Oh, it's such a beautiful time of year. I hope the theater opens up again. Down here is one of my favorite indie cinemas, right underneath us. one of the more peaceful places on New York City. You can barely hear anything. You just hear the quiet rumble of the cars. And that's it. All else goes into the background. The hustle and bustle of the city is gone. All you're left with are with these beautiful modernist buildings amidst the strange sculpture. Alexander asks, were you ever wearing a smoking jacket? Or do I ever smoke? Very few times. There's a deafening silence, says Ronald. Oh, I like Ronald. That's a great line. A deafening silence. Here's another movie theater, the Walter Reed Theater. This one shows more events and more kind of Q&A events as well. I saw like a dance film festival here. Here in the back we have Fiorello LaGuardia High School. It's the public high school for the arts. And on this other side we have the expensive Juilliard School. Not the public school for the arts. And that's my favorite theater, the Lincoln Center Theater right there. I love the open layout. Yes, me too. The backstage tour of the Met Opera is wonderful. I agree. So Juilliard is actually the location where Adam Driver went to school. Many other people went to school here, but Adam Driver is probably one of the more famous ones now, who plays Kylo Ren in Star Wars. Oh, smoking is man's clothes for the gala. Ooh, you know I suit for the opera. Not yet. Maybe one day. So the school actually imitates the structure of Lincoln Center. And if you are familiar with Montreal, you've probably been to the Montreal Art Center. If you've been to that city, for all my Canadians watching out here, has the same style. I think they based it off Lincoln Center. Lisbon says smoking is a tuxedo. Okay, yeah, I haven't worn a tuxedo. Hey, Zolst. Everyone give a huge round of orange hearts to Zolst for becoming a new member. Thank you so much, Zolst. I have a special announcement for members. I am doing a bonus philosophical chat once every month after the public one. For all Urbanist members, patrons, and the link will also be sent out to Facebook supporters. So if you're a supporter, if you're a member, you will get one extra philosophical chat on the second Friday of every single month. However, to give you a special extra for this month of January, I'm doing one bonus one tomorrow. So stay tuned at 4 p.m. for members, patrons, and supporters. There'll be a lot less people tuning in so we can, dive in deeper to whatever questions you are curious about, whatever topics we might discuss here in Urbanist you can ask questions about. We'll have a much more kind of longer, relaxed, sit-down conversation. So stay tuned for that. I know many of you have been asking for more philosophical chats, and I think members are the best way to offer them. All right, let's continue walking around. So we've been on a very long journey today. Do you guys want to check out one of my favorite pizza places that I actually covered a few times? I've featured them like on live video like 2 or 3 times, and I featured them on a food vlog. You might know the pizzeria I'm talking about. We can end over there if you guys want to. Are the Philosophical Chats going to be exclusive on your channel? They're going to be exclusive only to members, patrons, and supporters on Urbanist thus far. There'll still be one free one every once a month. But there'll be a bonus one if you're in the appetite for more. And maybe more if all goes well. Alright. Let's go for one final stop. A few blocks down to one of the best pizzerias in this area. I wish I can cozy up on this cinema. Just gonna take a moment to let me take a moment to have a little bit of a moment of nostalgia for going on a cozy winter day, boring myself in the indie theater, sometimes watching a movie I have no idea what it's about, and being blown away. Or sometimes it completely sucks, but at least I'm warm inside the movie theater. May you rest in peace. No, Ronald, the regular Philosophical Chat will be on Urbanist. First Friday of every month, still open to everyone. The bonus one will be only to members. Second Friday of every month. Both on Urbanist. So here, I actually saw Bong Joon-ho's Snowpiercer and had no idea what Snowpiercer was going to be about. I went completely blind, did not see a trailer or anything. And I ended up finding out that Bong Joon-ho was actually doing the Q&A. I was like blown away when I saw that Q&A. This was before he got famous with Parasite. So it was a really fun experience. If you manage to go to a movie theater here in New York City, stay tuned to these theater listings where they have Q&As with the directors. Marta, hello. Hello, Adrian. I bought a slice of Sbarro inside Port Authority and it was like $8 for one slice. Oh, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry that you went through that experience. I'm so sorry that you had a Sbarro in New York City. It's been a terrible, terrible time of your life. My sympathies. Luckily, next time you know to go to a better pizzeria. Rhonda, yeah. You hit the nail on the head. Or the head on the nail. Hey, Susan is a new member. Welcome, Susan, to becoming a new member. Nice to see you here. Lisbon says, if you're in New York City, never go to a Sbarro. Why would you even think of that? Yep, indeed. Best pizza to get in New York City, says James. James, that's a very serious question. A little bit too serious of a question for this type of broadcast. Here we're having fun, we're being joyful, and you dare to ask a question that serious? Come on, man. Come on. Best pizza in New York City. you know, yes, this is most New Yorkers, they'll just say their local slice shop. But from the perspective of a tourist, I would say one of the best pizza experiences you can get by the pie is Giuliana's underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. Probably one of the best ones. By the slice, I would say classic, go to Joe's in Greenwich Village. Classic New York City slice. There's also one in Times Square, which is really good. And if you want fancier, kind of more hipster pizza, then try Lucale in Carroll Gardens. It's old school New Yorker, but it's very hard to get into, especially once it's open back for indoor dining. It's a very famous place. And for me personally, what I like to eat, I actually really prefer Roman pizza, which you're about to see right now. For one big reason, it's actually more fresh than New York style pizza. Very rare that you can get New York style pizza by the slice that's like done very fresh. Table 87 is actually a really good example. But generally, it's processed cheese and breading made with sugar. So I usually don't go for it. But you might see me cover it on the show more often. James says, thanks bro, good advice. Oh, my pleasure. Yeah, I mean, the list goes on. I would recommend, if you see a pizzeria that really looks nice as you're walking through, I mean, New York City, you're in sometimes for a good surprise. Though there are a few tourist traps, like a Sparrow, or there's like a John's in Times Square. I'm not sure if it's even that good. I looked at the reviews, it doesn't seem too good for that Times Square pizzeria. So there might be a few tourist traps. What do I like about Di Fara's? I'm a bit mixed on Di Fara's. I do appreciate the story of the man who makes Di Fara's. Been making pizza for like 80 years or something like that. Crazy amount of years. The man is like in his late 80s still making pizza. His family's carrying that tradition. However, I tried Di Fara's back in 2019 to see what is all the hype. And when I went to that pizzeria, it was one of the more dirtiest looking places I've seen. And I get that New York City is a grungy place in some places. I get pizzerias don't need to be a high example of cleanliness, but I don't know. I just got turned off by the look of that place. The pizza was pretty good, but the place kind of just soured my taste for it. But that's my personal opinion. I'm not sure if I particularly went on a bad day, though I did check the reviews after going to Di Fara's. And while it is still a very loved place, there was a lot of reviews mentioning the lack of cleanliness in the location. Is thin pizza afterthought? Thin pizza, I mean, usually New York City pizza is thin. And if you want really thin, you can go for a classic Naples style pizza, which there's a lot of great ones here as well. For the thinnest New York City pizza slice that's amazing is Table 87 in my opinion. Do you know Angelo's? I haven't tried Angelo's. I haven't tried Lazara yet, no. That sounds amazing, Alexandra. Lazara in the private brownstone? Thank you, Alexandra. All right, let's go to our final stop. One of my favorite pizzerias here in New York City. Not New York City style, it is Roman style. It looks a little bit like a Sicilian, but it's not quite. You'll find out. Find out my full vlog behind the scenes of these guys' place. Really great. Let's take a look and I'll show you one pizza for our final stop. And feel free to ask any questions. Hey, how's it going? Good, how are you? Oh, wow. I'll have a tricolore, please. One, yeah, one tricolore. Thank you. Yes, please. Ricardo. Hey, man. I'm actually on live video right now for my final stop. Yeah. Yeah. How's it going? Good. Good. I'm excited for some pizza. I had like 3 cups of coffee for this one video. Yeah. So I need something to put it down. Yeah. So. Yeah. Indeed, man. Awesome. I get a lot of compliments of it now. I got myself a margarita, so let me pay for that. Let me put it. Yeah, I get a lot of compliments on it, which is awesome.
Yeah, it attracts a lot of people.
It does, yeah.
It does, yeah?
Yeah, it does, yeah. Actually, I wanted to ask you, would you ever dare to make a Hawaiian pizza? I know it's very controversial.
I don't make it, but
Yeah.
I can ask for it. But for us, it's not a problem. Yeah, I don't put the Italian wall between.
Right.
But you can, I can throw up that.
That's why, yeah, like,
I don't know how it will be doing.
yeah, you don't know how it will do necessarily.
But I have to try it. For me, I never had it.
You know, have you tried it yet?
No.
No.
I know that Domino's has like a $40 pie, a Hawaiian pie.
Yeah.
That's the most expensive one that they have in the menu. But
Wait, which place?
Domino's.
Oh, Domino. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's crazy. So what inspired you guys to make this chicken barbecue one?
Well, the demand was pretty high, so we had to supply it.
Oh, fascinating.
Yes,
Oh,
so
love-
we were asked if you guys have any chicken or anything besides beef and pork.
Right.
And so we were thinking about something different. And we wanted to try a barbecue chicken. It's actually good.
It looks really good.
And surprised myself.
What are those little cubes?
Well, that's chicken.
Oh, that's breaded chicken.
Breaded chicken.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow.
But we didn't think there was going that much, but it's really good.
Yeah, because that's something. No. It was something very popular within New Yorkers. What would you recommend for people who don't know anything about Roman style to try to be more adventurous?
If you really want to go deep in the Roman style culture, I would go with carbonara.
Oh yeah.
Cheesy with the little bacon kind of taste, the guanciale actually kind of taste. It's
Yeah.
a little bit of meat. It's a pretty heavy slice up, but it's really tasty.
Man.
So this one or the calabrese is really good. With the salami, like salami, passata, and we usually put out some hot honey.
It has a spicy kick to it, which is yeah. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, man. Have a good day.
See you tomorrow.
Indeed. All right. Wow. Yeah, those guys Say hi to Ricardo. Gabriel is the pizziolo behind the scenes. I'm not sure if he was here today, but he's usually making pizzas in the back. Really two cool, great guys. Absolutely love their work. And wow, that was quite a long while. Such a nice guy you are, supporting local businesses, says Roseanne. My pleasure. All I can do for supporting businesses is the least I can do. Let me show you. I got a nice tricolore pizza. You saw that they had a huge variety. If you want to learn all about the different varieties, check out my full vlog on them. Kathleen sent 500 stars. Thank you so much. Kathleen is joining and sponsoring this pizza. Thank you. I appreciate it. And they use seasonal local tomatoes, it appears. This is really awesome. Look at this. So I like tricolore because it's a little bit lighter pizza. You only have the sauce, you have basil, tomatoes, and you have buffalo mozzarella, which is not cow's milk, but buffalo. And the tricolore is meant to look like the Italian flag. Yeah. So no cow's milk involved in here, which I really enjoy. Let's bite into this. Uh-oh. All right, cool. All right. Nice to see the difference between a $1 slice and this. Yes, indeed. Indeed. All right, feel free to ask me any questions as we're chatting. Let's have a nice chat as we eat this pizza. Oh wow. So about buffalo mozzarella is that the moment you bite into it, it's so juicy. It's filled with a lot of water. It's a higher density of water than even cow mozzarella, or like a goat cheese really doesn't have that much water content. So it just has a whole lot of water. So you bite into it, it's just ooh, it's delicious. It's very kind of fluffy, lighter. It doesn't quite have the heaviness of your typical mozzarella. That's why I really like mozzarella di bufala. So I love the question, Stockholm. Will I live in New York City my entire life? No. I would love to live in more in New York City. I would love to get myself a very nice apartment in New York City, especially with views of the downtown Manhattan skyline. That is definitely what I'm getting. But in London, I'd love to move to London for a while. Perhaps I can follow the routes of Stanley Kubrick, who got his roots making content in New York City. He was a photographer. I'm a live streamer. And then he went on to Hollywood, only to bring Hollywood to him in London. Though I'm not moving I wouldn't move just because of that reason. I just really love that city. Fell in love with it. Even before I really knew about Stanley Kubrick's history in London. Wow, pizza for dinner. Yep. All right. There we go. There was a very loud reggaeton, and reggaeton is dangerous in live streams. Reggaeton is one of those danger musics. It's those musics that will compel YouTube to completely block the video. It's like a silent movie in color. I do like Latin music. I do like some reggaeton. My favorite is like Calle 13 and Tego Calderon. But yeah, reggaeton, man. YouTube does not like reggaeton. Like, they will block you with reggaeton. And that guy was blasting it like a full blast. So I was waiting for the light to change. So the bread is super fluffy. Yeah. Look how fluffy that bread is. This bread, not like Sicilian. So this might look like a Sicilian slice in New York City, but thick bread. This one's very airy, very airy. You barely have bread in there, in a good way, I think. How are the tomatoes? Asked Annie. Okay, let's try it out. Pizza didn't last long. I still have one more slice left. So actually one slice is actually two smaller slices. It's about like $5, $6 for the tricolore. So it's actually quite a bit of bang for your buck. It might look expensive, but trust me, it's bang for your buck. You'll get full even for one slice. It's well worth the $6 or so. Let's try the tomato. Wow, yeah, tomatoes are really good. Absolutely love the sweetness of this tomato. Very nice and very juicy tomato as well. Really great tomato. Wow. Where did they get these tomatoes? I'm asking them after this. Wow. Damn. I'm getting takeaway now, says. It looks extremely yummy. He knows how to cook independently. Yes, I cook on my own, yeah. I cook a bunch of different things. Lots of noise. Where's my mic? Okay. So feel free to ask me any questions as I finish this slice of pizza. Wow. So they also sell pastas here. And I highly recommend the pasta. And no one's letting the poor ambulance through. No one's letting the ambulance through. Oh, the cherry tomatoes? Yes, they are. No one lets the ambulance through. So sad. There's a great episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David on HBO, and he notices that the firemen use the sirens to get to drink coffee faster. And there's a great scene where he actually stops the firemen from going because he's pissed off at seeing them abuse the siren. And I won't tell you anymore, but it's a great scene. About sirens. Curb Your Enthusiasm is LLZ. Yes, it's very laugh out loud. And you don't like the board of the pizza. I don't, not too much. It's good, but I still got more pizza to eat.
Fuck you mean? Stop it, okay?
Overhearing the conversations in New York City is so unique. Martin, I'll add a exclamation point weather soon. Stay tuned. And that's the best part of the pizza is the crust. Indeed, the sauce is also really great, really sweet. This one I think is 6 something. This pizza slice, Stockholm, it's about 6 something. Max says, shake my head. Where are we going tomorrow? Tomorrow, no live video. Tomorrow will only be the bonus philosophical chat, 4 p.m. with followers. I'm taking a break tomorrow. But stay tuned on Saturday. I'll be back at 1 p.m. What's the name of the pizza place? Pizza Collective. If anyone could write it down. Pizza Collective. You eat well, says Annette. Oh, thank you, Annette. I appreciate it. Years of practice on camera. Alexander just ordered a pizza marinara. That's awesome. Cool. God damn, these tomatoes are amazing. You can eat them by themselves. Robert Rod says, good grief, I'm out getting pizza. I'm glad I compelled you to support your local businesses by eating pizza. It's like a hostage scenario. I'll just eat pizza in front of you until you support your local businesses. Is pizza your favorite food? No, burritos are my favorite food. Cool Sunglasses says, is it? Isador, thank you. Thank you so much. From Warby Parker, local New York City brand. I was too damn hungry just by watching you eat. I can't resist anymore. Hello, Mr. Bot. Thanks for another great stream. My pleasure. Ariel makes all of us need pizzas. I was too damn hungry, says Alexandra. Pizza bait for Ninja Turtles. Indeed. I wish they would come. I wish they were real. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If anyone doesn't know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a great series of films. There was 3 main films produced in the 1990s, and then there was a few other animated ones. And also it was based on the comic book. It was the first independent comic book to make millions. Like, those comic book artists made a bunch of money. And actually we have a fellow viewer who was actually, their sister was married to one of the comic book creators. So Elizabeth, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're holding up well. But nonetheless, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is mutant turtles that love pizza and they're superheroes. Really great show. I used to love it as a little kid. One of my favorite shows as a little kid. All right, I got a little bit of pizza left. Grind is Greek. I'm listening to Greek music, says Lakis. Yes, Grind earlier today was Greek. Luciano asks, do I prefer juice or soda? I usually drink water. I don't have my San Pellegrino today. I usually drink water. But if I were to drink something outside from water or sparkling water, it would be juice. Probably number one thing I would go for. Cocktail, actually, if I were to spend money at a restaurant, I would just go for a cocktail, which already has some juice, or maybe even has soda as well. But otherwise, if I didn't have cocktails as an option, I would go for a juice. Especially like a good apple juice. Ooh, good apple cider juice here in New York City. Ooh, there's some great apple ciders here in New York City. Jay, this is 71st Street and Broadway. And someone else asked, if I were to open up any type of restaurant, what would it be? I would open up a coffee shop, first and foremost. I would open up a Urbanist branded coffee shop. An Urbanist coffee shop. The interior is all Urbanist orange cups. And there'll be like guidebooks available for purchase in this Urbanist coffee shop. And it would be one in every major city. It'll be like Supreme, where there's only like one of them in major cities, except for coffee. I would do that. Uh-oh, I'm running out of battery, so luckily I have just a little bit left. This is by far one of the tastiest tomatoes I've ever had. Wow. And at these coffee shops in each major city, or at least the cities I really enjoy, I think that'll be valuable. You will have limited edition guidebooks that you can only find at that location. You can't buy them online. You can't buy them. You can't buy a virtual copy. You have to. They're only available at that store, and they're limited edition before they make a new edition. That would be the Urbanist coffee dream. Now, the number one place I would open up a coffee shop is on the observation deck of the Chrysler Building. So stay tuned. Maybe one day you'll see the Urbanist Cafe on the very top of the Chrysler Building. Who wants that to happen? Let me know. You should open one in London. I will. You know, like famous movie directors like Francis Ford Coppola. You know, he's famous for like The Godfather, made a bunch of great movies. But later in his life, he pivoted to wine and started making great wine. I'll do the same. I'll make a few great movies and then just like keep opening up coffee shops. You're all invited. Your goal for the future, all your staff are here, says Claire. Indeed, Claire. I'll give you a tour of London. I would love one, yeah. I absolutely love London, so can't wait to go. Your plans for Valentine's Day? Oh, great question. I don't know yet. But who knows what happens in this next month? The universe is a very mysterious place. Denise says that's a great idea. Indeed. Hello, Nicole from Australia. All right, I got one little bite left. I'll stick around. We crossed the 3-hour mark, so feel free to ask me any last remaining questions. Of mainstream fast food places, which one do I choose, Burger King or McDonald's? So honestly, I would go for In-N-Out Burger if I were in the West Coast, or I would go for Shake Shack here. Number 2 would be Five Guys. Right after Shake Shack. I really love Five Guys. Those places I would eat. But if we were in a scenario where I had no other choice and I had to choose between McDonald's and Burger King, otherwise the future of the world depends on it. On that moment, as the clock counts down to 0 towards the apocalypse, because I have to choose one in order to save the world, it would be Burger King. I would choose Burger King if it would be one of those. Rosette says, can I take you for pizza on Valentine's Day? Burger King, yeah, Burger King is amazing. Yeah, same here. Five Guys is expensive. I mean, Burger King and McDonald's, especially McDonald's, almost cost the same at Five Guys. Like, you can forego the soft drink and have a way better burger at Five Guys than you can at McDonald's or Burger King. Watched 5 Hours not so long ago, says Claire. Yeah, we had a 5-hour live stream last week. Their Whopper is amazing. Yeah, I mean, Burger King, something I grew up as a little kid, so I'm actually eager to try Burger King at least once again, maybe one day. Let me know if you want to go into a Burger King. maybe I'll go to my childhood Burger King. Let me know if you're curious to go to my childhood Burger King for a live walk where I used to live as a little kid and try a Whopper. Probably be the one and only time I ever have a Whopper on live video. Do you know BK bought back their 80s logo? Yes, I think they did. Yeah, they did. Give her a whirl. White Castle. I liked White Castle as a kid, or as a teenager. After seeing the movie Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, my friends used to buy like a huge Crave crate, which is 100 tiny little burgers in a case. Those were fun times. But also times where I was in an utter food coma. Try the Impossible Whopper. Ooh. I tried Impossible meat before. Ugh. Gives me the. Ooh. I tried it before just because it just tastes. It's like the uncanny valley for meat. It's like so close to meat, and yet something off about it. I'd rather have a veggie burger than an Impossible burger, in my opinion. I'd rather have a burger made out of black beans and like farro or quinoa, rather than something made with a meat, replicated meat. I remember going to White Castle as a child, says Barbara. Yeah, we still have one open in Las Vegas. Oh, you do? You still have the White Castle in Las Vegas. I can't wait to go to Las Vegas, at least for a few days, to cover at some point. Dining out, New York City. What more can you ask for? The soothing sounds of sirens and car honks, random reggaeton, couples having fights as they're walking with their bags of Trader Joe's. What more can you ask for, ladies and gentlemen? This is New York City at its finest. Fine dining in New York City. Highly recommend Pizza Collective, one of my favorite places in New York City. Background music, indeed, as the background music of New York City. Rather than going to a fine dining experience where we're listening to soft jazz, we're listening to the real hustle and bustle of New York. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate. Love Las Vegas, says Susie. Can't wait to visit one time. Stay tuned. Good till the last drop. Oh, yes. I have some meat on that pizza. They have a few meaty slices inside there. Highly recommend the carbonara slice. Highly recommend the chicken barbecue one. Haven't tried it yet, but it looks really good. So thank you everyone so much for tuning in. This was the food break at the end. Stay tuned, members. You'll see bonus philosophical chat. Members / supporters / patrons only tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then back to our normal programming, 1 p.m. on Saturday. And let me know if you have any recommendations of places you would like to see. Leave a comment after this video. After this video, I'm starting to take recommendations, suggestions. After this video, on Facebook or on YouTube, leave a comment with a place you would like to see here on Urbanist in the New York City area. Leave a comment down below. And I'll look into them and I'll cover whatever I can. Nicole says Australia. I would love to go to Australia, but that is not in the New York City area. So I'll go there at some point. I really do want to go to Australia. Everyone, keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Habla algo de español, sí, Raúl. Gracias por mirando. Te veo.